Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the Loot.bet Invitational game number 3. Team Empire facing off against Vega Squadron. Lyrical joined as well by Aosin Dota. We're going to be taking a look at this one, and surprise, surprise, it is going to be the Enigma band yet again in the second phase for Vega Squadron. I wonder if game 4 we're going to end up seeing Enigma first phased by Empire. It might happen.
Yeah, it might, but more importantly, very interesting to see that Team Empire, they had first pick. And in the first phase, they banned out Coddle. And I thought that by banning out Coddle, they were probably going to take Night Stalker and also deny the Coddle Bristle. But instead, they pick up the Nyx Assassin in Vega. Pretty much thanking Empire for banning out the Coddle because, or not for banning out the, or sorry, not banning Coddle for them, but kind of expecting them to take Night Stalker for themselves, so they kind of steal it for themselves instead. Yeah,
it's a huge hero that like has been super impactful in this series, and the Coddle Bristle combo that you were talking about, it was something that we saw out of Vega over and over again yesterday, where like he basically enabled that hero to go completely insane and get that natural like spike of constant spam of quills and all that other stuff. It felt like a really good synergistic mix, and I think just wanting to deny it like you were talking about. Now the question I have is, are we going to see a QoP ban this time around? You think it's worth it? They second phase the QoP for Vega, and then G just shit all over Empire with it.
Oh, that's a tough one. They do have a Nyx Assassin this time, so maybe they're not as worried. But they're holding on to that ban for now, just really thinking about it. Do we get rid of it regardless of whether or not we have a Nyx?
That's the question, right? I mean, is Nyx really that great of a counter to Queen of Pain? I normally feel like it's like really good against Tinker and Bat Rider. Is it as good against QoP?
I think it's capable. It's not only is it, you know, good for the mono burn, it's also very good just to zone them out in the laning phase. You know, just walk up with Nyx, take level 1 mono burn, just spam it on G.
Yeah.
If that matchup comes up.
They are really taking their time.
They don't know if they want to. Okay, they're gonna let it through.
Radiant team.
Interesting. So they banned the TA. So they're scared of the TA as the mid laner, but not the Queen of Pain? Like what?
Well, it's
Can you explain?
Always
going to
be matchup.
10 seconds.
It's always matchup dependent. It's kind of similar to how Vega let the Enigma through the first time. You know, they felt like they had the answers to it. So maybe Team Empire feeling the same way. You know, we lost to your Queen of Pain last game, but this time we're a little more prepared for it.
Yeah, I guess so. We'll see how it ends up working. As far as what the early picks are suggesting, Vega Squadron, they've got a strong ganking hero in the Night Stalker, as well as we've seen time and again how impactful that vision can be as far as taking the fights that you want, and then also just a strong laning hero in the Bane. Expecting this to be both supports taken early. Could Empire try and punish this themselves? And like, since it's so single target, even think about like second phasing the Meepo that got banned out against them last time. Could you take it as like 4th?
That's like very, very risky.
Really?
I feel like, yeah,
I guess
you definitely just want to wait. It's because only 2 picks, and you can always itemize for it.
I guess that's true too.
And not to mention, Nyx is actually very good against Meepo.
Well, I mean for Empire taking it. So like Night Stalker and Bane being the ones that would have to deal with them.
Oh, sorry, that's what you meant. Okay. Well,
with Tidehunter taking it makes it even less possible. Like I was thinking maybe if you end up in a situation where you get the, you know, the last pick in the second phase and there's only one counter pick then, but Tidehunter already has some ways to help deal with it, and it's going to be the disruptor taken for Empire.
Actually, I think you're right. I mean, if they want to go for Meepo, Tidehunter is definitely not enough by himself. Yeah. It helps, but it's not enough. Even if you anchor smash a Meepo, I mean, because of Geo Strike, he still right clicks you really hard.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay. Well,
5
it's
seconds
going to be
remaining.
that 3rd pick, or 4th pick rather. They have the Tidehunter, I think like an objective taker, maybe an Ursa here, go bear on bear action. It'd be pretty cool. Or
that is a better idea than the Lifestealer idea they had the first time. They didn't seem to play it out with great success. See what they go for here.
I guess it could be a troll also, but I like the idea of, or maybe just take the Queen of Pain. I like that idea.
Well, this is looking like a more and more difficult Queen of Pain game.
Really?
First it was a Nyx Assassin, now it's a Disruptor. Yeah, okay. It's difficult. And I think LD actually does very good against the Queen of Pain as well.
Dire team.
It's all back. We're gonna go for the Bristleback regardless of the Coddle being there or not.
I mean, it is a hard hero to deal with, and I mean, you end up with a hero that like just turns into a steroided machine when you have the Coddle, but even still, it's hard to deal with him just on his own.
5 seconds remaining.
They don't have the highest damage either.
Just a very hard, difficult hero to take down, especially with the heroes they have right now. Lone Druid doesn't do enough damage as a carry, and neither Nyx or Disruptor have that kind of burst damage for the Bristleback. Really going to come down to the mid laner. Or other than that, you know, they could always just go back for the Legion Commander if they want to go that route.
Yeah, I really don't think they can do the Meepo anymore against Bristleback.
Yeah, that Meepo thing is not going to work.
The dream is dead. It's sad. 19 seconds left. I kind of like the idea of here going for, like you're saying, maybe a Silver Edge carrier. Oh no, this is the other way. 3 strength heroes.
Team back.
Okay.
I still don't know if it's good enough though. Like in lane, I felt like when I see Timber Saws, they still sometimes struggle to deal with the Bristleback because you don't necessarily have to have. You don't need to build up his stacks of reactive armor while still dealing physical damage to him.
Mm-hmm.
5 seconds remaining.
I think Timber will work here, but wonder what this last pick is going to be.
Reserve
I hope it's Bloodseeker.
Would you take that mid then or safe lane?
Yeah, you just go mid. Bloodseeker for Vega. I think it's going to do great against a lot of the Team Empire heroes.
You're crazy, but I love it.
Is it really that crazy? I mean, I always think about it. I'm just like, Bloodseeker is actually pretty good in a lot of situations, and this looks like one of them.
10 seconds.
Especially with the way you itemize, it's going to be really strong against these heroes. You know, you think the standard Bloodseeker build nowadays is you just go Radiance, Manta, BKB, and you know, run at sonic speeds, run down everyone.
I mean, why not? We'll see if they end up going for it. It's going to be the OD banned out. That's the one that they're worried about. As far as other traditional heroes that they need to deal with the Bristleback, like they've got pure damage, they've got that, you know, stat reduction as well. I feel like Silver Edge is still really important here. Maybe you take like
Shadow Fiend is still an option.
Okay.
Reserve time.
I just once again kind of worry for their disables. I don't know if it's enough.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh.
Okay, well, Timbersaw was not off laning. It's going to be a mid Timbersaw.
That explains the OD ban as well. I really like Ursa here. Run a mid.
Ursa is
10 seconds
good,
remaining.
but also risky at the same time. If Axe gets off to a good start, which he most likely will against a lineup like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vega's going to go for the Shadow Fiend themselves.
You called it, buddy. You like the Shadow Fiend? Talk to me about it. What's the reason behind this?
Well, I mean, I was kind of recommending it for Empire.
Oh, okay.
Not so much for Vega, but Shadow Fiend is just, you know, all around a solid hero. Always going to be able to do a lot, farm very quickly. A little scary against a hero like Axe, but I mean, Shadow Fiend also does I wouldn't say very well, but does pretty well against a Timbersaw. It really depends on how the first few levels go for him.
Right. And I'm sure FN's going to come to lane with like PMS, and then I guess he's not going to have enough to get the Quelling Blade also. I don't know, do you think it's worth it to start with like just the Stout Shield and then pick up a Quelling Blade as well?
10 seconds remaining.
I think it's actually worth it, but we'll see what he prefers. Timbersaw actually, even without a Quelling Blade, does really well in last inning against a Shadow Fiend, especially since there's no, you know, none of that clockwork start.
Right. Yeah, no denies coming out this time around. Wouldn't it be if you deny your teammate, do you get souls for that as Shadow Fiend?
Huh. It's a good point.
Here's the new strat, okay? Sioma, he just nightmares himself until he dies, and then Shadow Fiend denies him. Easy souls.
But you can't deny him, though.
You can't. Oh, you're right. Only Bane can deny himself. All right, never mind. There's a foil plot in my plan. It's not gonna work.
there's no way you can set up a hero deny.
Ugh, it would have been the dream.
You need someone to like shadow strike your teammate or something along the lines of that. I can't even think of another skill that allows you to.
Can you deny from Orb of Venom?
No, I don't think that counts. It has to be like a Venomancer poison or you know, a Shadow Strike from Queen of Pain. Not even sure if there's any other ones really.
All right. Oh, man, look at Bane's inventory. He's got all the ironwood branches in the world. He's gonna plant a forest. He's gonna do it. He has that cool set too. I like that one. But yeah, early movement's out. It is going to be Roger placing a ward up here on the high ground. Looks like they've been varying the places where they stack their wards. Also, I think...
Oh, I like this idea.
What's that?
They're going to put FN in the safe lane. They want to put the lone druid in the mid lane because Shadow Fiend, you know, he does... Timbersaw does pretty decently against the Shadow Fiend for maybe like 2 levels. Once level 3 comes out, Shadow Fiend gives Timbersaw quite a bit of issues just by, you know, ignoring the armor and just spamming him out with the raises. So gonna put the lone druid mid against the Shadow Fiend, I believe.
Look at this too. Vega Squadron, they send Afterlife there to the top side, which sort of signals that it's going to be that's Tidehunter there, but it's actually Bristleback who's going to be coming to lane. And now they will see Bristleback by virtue of that ward, and so we might see some more lane switch ups here. Axe is still down bottom for Empire as they realize it's going to be Tidehunter versus him, and well,
oh no, this is perfect. This is exactly what Empire want. They want the Axe to go up against this Tidehunter. Lone Druid to go up against the Shadow Fiend. So I think this is definitely what Empire are looking for in the laning phase.
All right, I like it. Well, I'm still a little bit concerned about FN in this lane, if we're going to be honest. Like I always think that Timbersaw is one of these heroes that doesn't. Are they going to get it?
You're right. No, you're right. Here comes this lane swap.
Yeah. They're going to try and avoid it. It's actually going to be still some more pressure in towards mid. 4 heroes mid yet again. And it looks like they are going to be bringing that Tidehunter up to the top. Maybe Silent here is also going to think about picking up a TP, but I mean, Ghost Stick, he's having a nice little time for himself right at the start of this.
This is going to be rough. This Axe got a free wave.
Yeah, almost level 2. They can still try and run him down with the Quill Sprays. This first instance of it, there's enough of a slow, actually. This might be... No, Ghost Stick's just going to be able to TP away. That was super smart. So they get the real U to blow almost his entire mana pool, and they don't find that kill onto Axe.
Same with Night Stalker. Just 1 clarity. It's going to be enough. It's really important for Ghost Stick to finish up his magic wand. Or magic stick, rather. He's gonna be able to afford that. Should be fine in lane now. Afterlife gonna be having issues in this lane too. The matchup is just not gonna be there. I think overall, like, the draft for Vega is really solid. But the thing about Empire's draft is that there's a lot of like snowball potential. They can just continuously fight.
Well, Roger is over here as well. They do lay down the kinetic field. It's going to keep Afterlife away from the rune. He just has to look on as Miposhka steals it from him, and he's going to take a Thunder Strike to the dome as well. I don't think that Empire can do anything here against Afterlife any further except for apply that harassment, but Timbersaw having himself a great time. How does this hero feel to you in the meta nowadays? Is it something that can still just like take over a game?
I think you're talking about for Empire, right?
Yeah, for the Timbersaw. Is that a type of hero that can just like sort of own everybody in the match, or is it something that still falls off at all?
No, for sure. He can definitely take control of this game. It really comes down to the mid game for Empire. Oh, Afterlife, he has to be careful here.
Yeah, he's caught kinetic fields there. The damage.
World. I think he's dead. Rolling Death is no joke.
Level 2 also, so does the 150 damage. Didn't even matter that the second one didn't get that bonus damage from cutting trees. Timbersaw is good against strength heroes. That's what we've learned here today. Might be able to find this bear in the mid lane, but I'll pull it back and Syllabear will be able to get away.
Well, regardless of what happens, Afterlife still coming into the lane, taunting. My favorite taunt.
It's definitely the best one in the game. So, back and forth we go.
Looking really good for Empire, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, Ghost Stick isn't getting a ton in this lane, but he's also not dying. And, like, you compare that to the Tidehunter, it's getting way more. Tidehunter is going to retreat now, Iron Talon jungle, and should try and just secure himself a couple of bounty runes as time goes on. But Miposhka, he's going to make the trip over and start to try and mess with the Tide a little bit.
All right.
Oh, is he going to do it again? I think he's going to kinetic field again to secure the rune. Yep. He walks in. Afterlife is just to sort of watch him take it. That's pretty sick. Try it in your pubs, everybody. That's how you play it.
It's actually very funny. Axe. Yeah, I still think this is like really, really favorable for Empire. Like, actually, now that I look at their draft, as long as Axe manages to finish his Blink Dagger at a decent time, like, oh, mid lane though, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Syllabear gonna go down.
She just ends up taking down Chappie. My God.
Yeah, there was an Invis root on the Bane, so easy setup. Gonna be able to take down that Syllabear. But yeah, like I was saying, as long as Ghost Stick manages to finish his Blink at a decent time, I mean, he's gonna be able to set up for his Timbersaw over and over again. This Timbersaw might just completely spiral out of control if the early game goes well for them.
Yeah, they need to be so careful in that lane too. Like those whirling deaths, like Afterlife can't eat more than one of them really without being at danger of just dying. Nyx Assassin, he's gonna move down here, so they're gonna see if they can set up onto Aloha Dance. Real you, he's gonna take some damage. They have a call available if they want to use it, as well as the Impale from Roger. They thought about it, trying to go. They end up missing the Impale, miss everything. Now Axe has to back out.
He's out of mana, but Axe having way too many cool stacks.
Void now there for Roger, and this is gonna be the death of him most likely. They try and turn to get themselves away, but Ghost Stick ends up losing his partner in crime. Nyx Assassin goes down.
Oh, mid lane though. Syllabear is now level 5, so G has to be careful of the root.
They're bringing in more as well. Silent is in no man's land. They're going to run into him. They have the call available. Impale to follow after the taunt. Chappie with the right clicks, but well, Silent, he's just going to run away. Go pick up the bounty rune. Get out of there. Ah, he's gone. He's out of there. Balanced.
Nice fly over terrain.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's going to take me a while to get used to that, but I like it a lot.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now FN is... Oh. Shadow Fiend is in the area.
There's like no way to
kill him. Be stealing the stack with the Arcane Rune. He does have to be careful though. FN is going to salve up and come back in.
They have a glimpse as well, pulling him in, kinetic field, they lay it down. No level 6 for Tidehunter, and they take down the Shadow Fiend. Afterlife wants to try and secure any little bit of this that they can, but Silent here as well, trying to turn this. Maybe you still don't have level 6 yet on the Tidehunter, and he's just going to end up dropping here, I believe. Almost enough damage. The Impale comes out. Good Nightmare. That's going to keep him alive for the moment. Afterlife is still in trouble. They don't have another one of those whirling death. They find the kill. They turn it back around. Silent with the plays will have his ability to start zooming all over the tops of them in a second, but Miposhka is just too big and strong on this Bane. Terrible fight for Empire after the pickoff on Shadow Fiend.
Radiant's top tower.
That was actually some really good baiting by Afterlife. He just held onto the stick charges for as long as possible and bought a lot of time for this team to come in. Now he's level 6. Gonna shrine up and smoke immediately. They want to use this Ravage as soon as possible. Find some pick off. Preferably, if they can get the mid lane, they should be able to do a significant amount of damage to this tower, but they're going to wrap back up to the top lane.
Oh, Ravage is available, but it looks like they're just going to go on to Roger. No chance for an Impale. My God, that damage from the Brain Sap as well as everything else. They should be able to secure this kill with Anchor Smash. Now with Ravage still there, they could think about taking it, but I feel a little bit scary. They could go from a Poshka if they want to. Anchor Smash, right click's coming through. The Chakram's there. Try and slow down Afterlife. They pop Ravage and, well, going to use it to take the kill. They do save the time, Empire, so they know how long it's going to be for Ravage. But now G with the Haste Rune looking for FN. They're TPing in to try and fight this, and I think that Vega need to back out now before they end up getting caught. Impale is still going to connect. Haste Rune about to wear off as well, and now Empire, the ones that are trying to chase down and kill off Silent. He silences, but will pay for it with his life nonetheless.
Out of my way.
Well, all things considered, not the worst case scenario for Empire. They do draw a lot of attention to the top lane, but at the same time, they can commit a lot to the top lane themselves. And gonna give some space to Disruptor, though. Definitely gonna help a lot if he gets the 6 as soon as possible. Mixed Assassin's kind of struggling too, though.
And I think that Tidehunter heading back to the jungle, like getting those levels that he needed to, it really does feel like this is a different type of game for Vega than we saw before, whereas before it was almost always like, you know, Aloha Dance and G getting huge. Now you also have Afterlife that's getting a decent amount of farm. His net worth is about equal to where the axe is, and you know, if this Tidehunter picks up a mechanism at a decent timing, it could make a lot of stuff happen.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. Team Empire really need to be able to get the 6s on their supports as well as a Blink Dagger on the axe, and once they manage to get that, I think it's going to be a lot of aggressive plays coming out of Empire, and it's something that they should be looking to do in this game. Just constantly apply pressure, never let Vega group up and do whatever they want.
All right. Well, Axe in the meantime continuing to try and farm towards that Blink Dagger, roughly 1,000 gold away from it. Likewise, Nyx Assassin still a little ways from his level 6. He does have the Tome of Knowledge getting set up, so he can go and pick that up for more levels, but looks like, again, it's just Vega controlling this early stage until those levels come up.
Yeah, no need to rush anything. You know, you're waiting for the Ravage on Afterlife anyways. 15 seconds away. G is going to be going for that Shadow Blade first as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Look at this. Ended up faking out for a moment. They want to go for the Brain Sap there, but still damage being dealt. Ravage up. Empire know that this is here. And I don't know if they can really make anything happen here, honestly. Maybe they can force them back with the creep wave coming in, but G just clears this out. Now they have a catapult to boot.
Yeah, the best they can go for is a deny maybe with the bear, but not even that's going to happen.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
So, tier 1 tower for Vega. Very big pickup. Oh, they're trying to find Silent.
Oh, he's caught. Good silence coming out from Silent. They've dodged out the Impale for the moment. Mana Bird's there as well, but at the end of the day, it's enough to secure that the Bristleback doesn't get caught out. They didn't have to use the glimpse on him, and instead it's the Night Stalker that gets picked off.
Radiant's top
It's going
tower
to
has
probably be a denied tier 1. No, they're going to leave it for now. And let's take a look at how everyone else is doing. Chappie's actually farming pretty well. Has his Midas, needs to go use it though. I think Vega are gonna just wait for this Shadow Blade to finish up before they group up with this Tidehunter and use his Ravage for another tier 1 tower.
I kind of wonder when we start thinking about like Roshan as well, because Bristle doesn't end up going for that medallion build. He's going into it now. Do you have to wait until you get the medallion before you really go for that?
Yeah, I think it's better if they wait for that instead. It's much safer, and Team Empire don't exactly have someone who can kill them.
Nice play right there. Static
so
Storm,
much here,
the
but he's
whole
so tanky.
thing. And they're going to be able to take him out though, it looks like. Dunk comes through with Ghost Stick. That secures the Blink Dagger. And it was set up by Roger guessing when the cools were going to come out and then getting that Vendetta proc off. Really well done.
It looks like the aggression isn't going to end there. They're going to shrine up. See that smoke come out. They're going to go again. Blink Dagger picked up on Ghost Stick. Oh, I like this play. Just understanding. There's no way G is going to predict this.
G ends up getting taken down again. The reveal of the blink, more than enough, but can Sioma get him to play his way out of it? He's alive on 13 HP. No, not going to be enough. Was able to find him with that last little tick of damage, and now it's going to instead be Bane that ends up dropping. So it was barely alive, the Shadow Fiend, but another big pickup for Empire. This is what we talked about. It could happen, and it's starting to.
Yeah, that was such a great play by Empire. Just immediately smoking, TPing up to the top lane. You know, it's just so difficult to predict a play like that. G is thinking to himself, okay, well, my Bristle just died at bottom lane. They committed so much to kill him. I should be safe to pressure this time. Nope. Ghosty picks up the Blink Dagger. They smoke up, and 2 big kills, or 2 more big kills going in the way of Empire.
Yeah. And an Aloha brought down low it again. They have found Roger here, and, well, unfortunately, that should be... Did they actually get him out? Roger? Instead, they're going to kill off the Disruptor off to the side. They are getting out with Roger. He doesn't have a TP. It's going to be a long walk home, but they kill off Maposhka nonetheless. Can they chase down Roger? They don't want to go for it. So Disruptor gives his life for the Nyx Assassin. I think that's worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Interesting to see Nyx Assassin putting more points in Spike Carapace as well. I actually kind of like this play because it's probably their easiest way, or not the easiest way, but a very good way to pick off the Bristleback, just to set up for the Axe to call.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, hit the Spike Carapace on the Quills and then afterwards go in. Vega is set up to take the tier 1 tower in the top lane. No real way to stop that from happening, but at the same time you will have Ghost Stick as well as FN pushing down this bottom lane, and it does look like it's going to start to fall. Catapult is not going to be there with this wave, but still a lot of creeps. Shadow Fiend. Oh, Invis. Can they make anything happen with this?
Stacking. He wants to farm this, I think.
All right, Night Stalker, they're just going to kill him off. That was such a bold move by Ghost Stick to just walk through the jungle, and now they Static Storm trying to kill off Sioma. Bane is going to drop also, so counter kills going across the way. Silent continuing to chase this. He ends up popping that Void, and that means that you can TP away on the Disruptor. Roger's still being chased. They have the Impale if they want to turn, but instead it is just going to be a back out for Empire. Gonna wait until the Axe is back up and then maybe start bringing in heroes.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Ooh. And this is Bloodstone for Timber. If he dies right here in a fight, simultaneously, if he ends up getting a couple of kills, this would be tremendous for Empire.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, but Vega, they're playing it really well right now. They understand that Empire probably not going to have enough to win these team fights. So as long as they stick together, they should be fine in these engagements. And Tidehunter, he has the Ravage, he also has the mech. Not to mention G just picks up a DD as well. This is a perfect scenario for them. Solar Crest finish on Bristleback.
They're walking in. They are looking like they want to try and take this fight. FN, he jumps through. The Chakram's going to be there, but they cannot take that fight with Aegis already up. Oh, and now G thinking about walking forward. Can they blow him up even if, like, because Bane and Night Stalker are not here. Is it too hard?
It's too risky. You know, there's a Ravage behind him. There's an Aegis on him. Not to mention double damage. Just not worth the risk.
Okay. So this is always that scary time for a Bristleback with a Bloodstone and no survivability items, where your game can kind of be made or broken, depending upon how the next fight goes.
Yeah, that Roshan kill was like really crucial for Vega, because by having that Aegis, it kind of deters Empire from making like really aggressive plays. But well, right as I say that, they try to go for smoke, but
you knew he had a Shadow Blade, buddy, and that was, I believe, underneath this ward as well. So not what you want to have happen from Empire.
And Vega just playing this out very methodically, moving together. Once again, just securing the early game.
All right. We'll see if they can transition that into the late game as well. There's no Enigma again.
Middle tower
So team fights could be a little bit tough, but you still have those other heroes. You got the Axe here that can make so much happen with so little. He doesn't quite get to a position where he can finish off his blade mail before the high ground push is coming, though.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
All right, Aposhka in the area. They have Static Storm to try and break a Ravage. If Ghostic can get a good call off, if they can catch two of them, this might be their avenue. They get the call onto two. Static Storm is there immediately as well, but the Kinetic Field isn't down. They still have Ravage available if they want to use it from Vega, and it looks like they've caught and killed off the Nyx Assassin. I don't know if Empire has
going
what it
downhill
takes.
so quickly.
Another two-person call. The jump through, it's a lot of damage with the Timber Chain as well as the Chakram, but I just don't know if they have enough to deal with these heroes. Another call
the
is
biggest
available.
problem here too is that they still have the Ravage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, Glimpse. Are they going to try to save Bane? They're going to leave him.
Yeah. So Ghostic finds that kill. They can maybe catch somebody on his way. Oh god, the call on cooldown. As well as that Savage Roar, not quite there. So it's a tier 3 taken, but it is still like Radiance done in the Bear. It is Blade Mail done on the Axe. It feels like that was a really important timing for Vega to hit. If they didn't end up hitting it, things look a lot worse. And actually, I'm gonna try and continue this fight a little bit. They bring him down Afterlife incredibly low. He does still have that Ravage like he talked about. Does he end up getting taken down in time? They will kill him off. No Ravage, and now Aloha. Do they have Glimpse? 7 seconds away. They drop down some wards as well. Both teams with some vision.
Oh, they gotta get out of here. This is not a fight.
Oh my god, they end up looking quite bad. They're coming back into this. The Savage Roar comes out though. It's gonna keep them alive for the moment. Ravage connects still onto 3, and Timbersaw is gonna drop. Excuse me, Ghostic is gonna drop. Timbersaw now also might go down. Doesn't even get the deny. That's 3 dead. Oh no.
Such a good bait by Vega. That buyback from Tidehunter completely caught them off guard, and they were just trapped. There was nowhere for them to go. So big Ravage use, totally worth the buyback.
Yeah, and it speaks to what you were talking about, like the importance of not using that Ravage in the high ground siege and saving it for a perfect moment. It would have been better if it hadn't been for like Chappie's really great Savage Roar. I think that saves a 5-man wipe, but even still, it was a really good fight for Vega.
Yeah, definitely. And G, he's gonna finish up that Shadow or that Silver Edge. Very effective when dealing with the Axe.
Ooh.
Might just hit the Axe. No, he's gonna go.
He's gonna let Silent get spun on a little bit more.
Uh-oh.
Now they caught G. The dust comes out. He's rooted as well. That's the Aegis
And the
down.
team gets here in time.
Trying to find their way in their position. They have a Solar Crest up on the Bristleback, but it would not be enough to save him anyways. And now they got eyes on the real you again. Aloha Dance can't quite get to that regen rune. Can they get here in time to shut him down? Doesn't look like it's quite gonna happen. The Glimpse back again. Slowed, called, dealing the damage. This is looking like it's the beginning of the ruination of Vega Squadron.
Are we seeing this again?
I can't
Where
believe
Vega have a decent lead. And they throw it away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, the Bear hits pretty freaking hard on these structures as well, and I'm pretty concerned that, like Vega Squadron, they're doing good, but 4,000 net worth lead is not enough to be losing a couple kills like that. Scary stuff. Oh, they found Afterlife. Oh no, Afterlife. He's gonna get caught again.
He has no TP.
It's no. They just they canceled this TP, and there are also no towers around for him to TP to at all. It's, or rather, his teammates to get in to try and save him.
Space.
So, I mean, I guess gotta find something good to talk about with it. So
just like that, the game is evened up.
Provide some clarity for me, though, because where does this game end up looking like in the next couple of minutes? Is it going to be a problem for Vega going later? Like, do they scale well into the late game?
I think they scale fine into the late game. It's just that without the Ravage, they can't play so carelessly. It's like such a big part of their team. And Empire, they know that without that Ravage, they can actually find pickoffs, and lo and behold, just pick off after pick off. Not to mention that was an Aegis on G. That is so important. And Vega might be in a lot of trouble here.
Oh, the call. It's not quite on the mark though. Aloha Dance. Are they going to be able to take this still? They're going to back out for the moment. Nightmare is there. This could still work though. They're moving into position. The Requiem of Souls could come in just a second. Ghostic trying to get out of there. They dropped the Sanities, or excuse me, the Requiem, but the Static Storm was making enough to get them out of there. So Roger, the only one to die. Everybody else gets out. That was such a good play there. I think that you end up losing your axe if you don't end up going for that like immediate Static Storm.
Yeah, definitely. I think Empire were considering the fight, but unfortunately the other cores just weren't going to be able to get there in time, so they make the quick decision to just get out. So well done by them, but Ravage is now up. So we're going to just have to wait and see how they end up taking this engagement, next engagement. Alright, glimpse on Bristleback. This
man.
Oh, nice sleep.
They're going in there. Ravage connects, though, onto 3. Where's the follow-up? They have a lot of damage coming in.
Though.
They're actually going to be able to turn this back around for a moment. Savage Roar as well to get everybody from Vega away. Now the real you in a little bit of trouble. They took off the break of the Timbersaw, so because it's able to build up those reactive armor stacks, but the Chakram is just doing so much damage. They are going to be able to kill off that Bristleback, and now looking to see if they can run down Silent as well. They have the Lotus Orb already, so he would end up getting voided himself. They went for it.
Nice
the
call
big
again.
call comes out from Ghostic, making the plays for his team, putting him on his back, and now G in trouble, under fire, 4 dead, Vega Squadron, the constant curse of the early game into feed. Oh no.
Man, all I can say is, I'm sure it's been said a million times before, but fighting underneath Shrine is not how you want to take these engagements. That Ravage was pretty much completely mitigated by that Shrine usage. That is rough.
Oh man, this is a rough one. So tier 3 tower down now, Barracks starting to drop. It goes to show also the power that Ghostic can still have even on, you know, not the Enigma. This axe of his has been pretty tremendous.
Yeah, definitely. Time and time again, just hitting these 2-man taunts on crucial heroes. Pretty much like Bristle all the time. If he calls Bristle, it's so difficult for the Bristle to take these engagements, and they're just going to go in again. They know Ravage is down.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, this will be a big kill. They find that Tidehunter.
Oh, they go back in. They're going to take him down. G is there. He wants to take down that Timbersaw, and he didn't actually have any reactive armor stats up. They try and fight now. The real you looking for this. They are going to be able to kill off that Nyx Assassin. Silent now also controlled. Looks like he is going to drop as well, but another big call onto 2. Do they have the follow-up damage? They're sleeping Timbersaw. They need to take it off of him, though. He has to get out of here. Silence is still going to be there, but still you have G taking down Maposhka. Ghostic trying to TP away. There's no way out. And they are going to be able to escape with another couple of heroes. So, hell, Vega Squadron, they end up taking down the 2 supports.
Well, not that bad for them. They do lose their Tidehunter again, but at least there was no Ravage committed, at least. And they do have it up again. Definitely hurts Afterlife that he really hasn't seen much progression in the last maybe like 5 to 6 minutes. Been working at this Eul Scepter forever, not really getting any levels. Definitely hurts. But Bristleback, now with the Heaven's Halberd, a lot tankier than before, but still having a lot of issues dealing with this this Timbersaw and axe.
Yeah, it definitely feels like those are the 2 heroes to watch out for, and I mean even like the passive damage that comes in from the Lone Druid as well. All right, Afterlife, Ravage is there. Empire, they don't scout out all these heroes in the area. Nyx Assassin is also over here, but yeah, it looks like Empire just controlling the map a little bit now.
Oh, they find Roger. This is most definitely a Nyx Assassin kill.
All right, nicely done. They tried to glimpse it to break that, but it doesn't end up happening. Oh my god, buyback immediately.
Back. They don't want to give up the Rosh.
Okay. This is a fight and a half.
There might not even be a fight. They're just kind of deterring them from taking the shot, perhaps. No, it looks like Vega, they want to make a move here. See how this turns out for them. Field not going to hit.
I mean, Ravage is there. They have Static Storm back off cooldown. The bear does look to be dropping, so got to be more careful with this one. 2 minutes.
One bear remaining.
Yeah. I actually take the timer of that as well, so they know how long it is before the bear is going to be back up. The real you. Aloha still trying to deal the damage. They're walking in with Roger. If he ends up dying here, if the bear ends up dying here, they gotta go for this. But the big coal comes out. Can they find anything else? The Static Storm is on to 3, but they managed to get that Requiem off. Shadow Fiend trying to deal the damage. They haven't been able to bring down anybody of Vega. They're all too strong. DD is hanging out in the river. Just go pick that up and finish off Roche. Oh man, and now with no Static Storm, with no damage coming in, where was the Timber Saw in that fight?
He beat Chakram in there, but they're just really showing a lot of respect to this Tidehunter Ravage. If they can't kill off the Tidehunter, they just don't want to fight into that.
Well, very tough go. Vega are going to end up taking Roshan, securing the Aegis and Cheese for themselves, while we do see Empire just trying to push out the lanes, and this is where things get even more scary. You have yourself the Aghanim Scepter done for the Night Stalker.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think Empire really need BKBs if they're going to take these fights now. Oh, Chappie.
Oh, caught. Savage Roar.
He's in a lot of trouble here.
Well, they bring in Aloha.
Oh, they're going to find him. The Bane's going to catch him.
Ghost Stick, he's there for the save if you want to try and go for it, but it's no way to keep that Lone Druid alive.
And once again, the game just going the other way. Up and down we go.
It is a Talisman of Evasion there for the Shadow Fiend, and now staring down an Aegis. How do you take this fight? Ghost Stick goes in for the call, connects onto one, trying to pull the Shadow Fiend out of position and just wear him down a little bit. Nice little catch there as well. Roger throwing a little bit of goo back at the Bristleback. Bristleback's actually out of mana. Does have that cheese available still. Oh, great Yule Scepter.
They got the Yule.
They caught him right at the start, and now Ghost Stick forced to pop the BKB and turn to run the hell away. Well, they also have another jump if they wanted to with the Ravage available, so Empire gotta be careful here. And they're just gonna end up losing a lane of barracks. Nothing else that you can do about it. Maybe you catch somebody on their way out. Disruptor Glimpse.
No glimpse.
Doesn't want to go for it. It's night vision. They can't quite catch on to him.
Flesh sustains, gold remains.
And that was a BKB use out of Chappie. Or sorry, not Chappie, Ghost Stick. Oh, this game is
back
now
to
all
even.
of a sudden. Yeah, it's just looking rough for Empire now. I think Vega are kind of hitting that point where they have all the items they need, and Empire just not having enough damage on their team.
Yeah, it's... I mean, you're going towards the Silver Edge on Axe, which I do like as an item choice. Maposhka actually is about halfway to an Aghanim Scepter. That also could be game-changing. We saw the Shadow Fiend just pop his BKB in the fight towards Roshan. If you don't have that opportunity, suddenly maybe you do have the Timber Saw that goes in and tries to take that fight.
Well, Vega, they're looking for another lane of racks here. Still have Aegis for 2 minutes. G is looking in a very strong position right now, working towards that butterfly. I'm almost having it too, actually. And once he has butterfly, this Lone Druid not going to be able to do enough damage. And with the BKB, Timber Saw not going to contribute much. It's just going to come down to this Axe Blade Mail call. Even then, I don't know if that's going to do too much, especially since there's a Solar Crest on the Bristleback.
Tower is under attack.
I wonder if, like, also Shadow Fiend just ends up going for an AC next, and then... do they have AC on somebody else? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, AC, and then you don't have to worry about the Blade Mail as much anymore either. And Silent is just being a butthead in this outside of the map here. Just constantly keep eyes on Empire. Make sure there's not going to be any smoke movement. Pops Darkness, you don't have any vision. Get the hell out of here.
Ochka.
Yeah, you're super dead.
Very dead. Wow, they even commit the Fiend's Grip for him.
I think they were worried about all being grouped together in a static storm, but I don't know. It wouldn't have mattered anyways.
Shadow Fiend. Very close to that butterfly.
Well, 19-18, and as you guys can see, the net worth graph has swung very heavily again back into the favor of Vega. 8,000 net worth swings one way and then the other, based upon which fight we're at. But with the Night Stalker Aghanims, this might be the defining factor of this. They need to try and take engagements when it's daytime only, pretty much, for Empire. And this could be one of those moments. 3 minutes until nighttime because the darkness is still there. Actually, it's just going to be 60 seconds because you can pop his ulti.
It happened right as he saw that ward as well, so unfortunate timing for him. Not going to be able to de-ward. But they do know that there is a ward there.
Dire scan, they spot that there's one. Sioma going to be the one that is leading the charge, though they have vision on this. Do they realize that the rest of the team is behind him? I believe they do. They spot out FN now as well as Ghostic. All of the vision advantage into the favor of Vega. The only difference is that Roger is still in this area. They know that he's here and watching, but yeah, they dropped the ward a bit on the later side, and now Empire just going to back out. They have 20 more seconds to try and make something happen, but I think that they're just going to need to leave again.
It's just dangerous for Vega right now because there's no nighttime for them. You might as well just wait for the Night Stalker instead. No need to take any risks.
So,
a gift from the
waiting for the moment.
Double damage on G.
Ooh.
This could be the team fight Vega are looking for. They could defend this bottom tower with the double damage on G.
And the darkness available, like we talked about. They're getting themselves into a position. TP's coming as well, and Empire, get the hell out. Run away.
Good recognition. They know that something is up. No one's showing. It's just so risky.
No.
I think Vega are even trying to bait them by showing the Tide Hunter in the top lane, telling him to come into the bottom tier 2, but not going to be having any of that.
All right. Well, that is going to be it for now. 5,000 net worth lead into the favor of Vega. It's some good little time for Empire to move out and try and farm around the map at least a little bit. It's still not great. Like they're going to be losing gold in aggregate, I would assume, as time goes on. But they need to get Miposhka into this Aghanim Scepter. Could make all the difference in the world.
Still very far away from it, and once again, here comes the nighttime. Empire going to be locked up in their base. Silent trying to find anyone.
FN here. They don't necessarily have like the greatest high ground, and with the Syllabear just constantly pushing out the lanes, it can be a bit tough too. Like Bristleback can just walk up there and try and, you know, deal with it, but if he gets like BKB called and then you don't have Fiend Script for the counter initiation or whatever, it could be tough.
Huh. This is kind of interesting to see. Aloha Dance takes a 10% spell lifesteal. Is this what Bristleback normally take? I feel like 50 attack speed.
We've been seeing it more often
Very
recently.
significant.
I think that they started to do it more often at Star Ladder, and then teams have been taking it more and more since then. It's pretty ridiculous how much you end up stealing. I haven't been seeing a ton of Octarines purchased after the fact, but you could double up on it if you want.
He is going to be going for Shiva next, so that's definitely going to synergize well with that talent of his. Maybe we'll see Shivas into Octarine. Would be a cool build.
Alright. Lix Assassin, this is his life now. Observer wards, 3 of them queued up, as well as a Smoke of Deceit. Giving all the farm in the world to Miposhka, who is only 700 gold away from completing that Ags. Is there any other item that like ends up changing the game hugely for Empire?
I think Scepter for Timbersaw is pretty important. It gives them a lot of damage, a lot more damage. And like you said, Disruptor Ags could potentially turn the tides of the engagement, but it's still very difficult. It really comes down to Ghostic landing a huge call for Miposhka to set up before they pop their BKBs. Other than that, I don't really see too much on the horizon. The Lone Druid's working towards the MKB, but I don't know just how effective the MKB will be for the Lone Druid. I think that Shadow Fiend is already at this point where he's not even too afraid of the bear.
Yeah. I mean, what about like Vega Squadron though? Is there anything you have the Satanic that's being built for the Shadow Fiend? Looks like a 4-staff for Bane. I guess probably Refresher would be the biggest team fighty thing, but that doesn't seem like it's likely to happen soon.
I think right now Vega are just playing it very, very carefully. They feel like they're very much in control of this game. They deny all the vision, just out farming them slowly, and then you wait for the Roshan. Just the Roshan's already up, so just take full control of the map, and then go for that Roshan before you do anything.
I think that
2 cheese.
Empire wanting to get in a position to contest this maybe, though. They do have a smoke, and they have that Aghanim's done. It might be time to go.
It's just so risky for them to try it. Because, it's so hard for them to take these engagements because of that Night Stalker Ags.
So they actually ended up smoking as Roche fell. Like, they hit the button as it happened, and they can still maybe go for this type of a play. Their vision spots out Silent as well as Aloha Dance, but they don't know where everybody else is. I mean, can they just solo call the Bristle? They can't actually anymore anyways. He's just running away.
It's so difficult to kill him off. He's just so tanky. He's got 2.7k life, has a cheese in his inventory. I don't think whatever combo you have in mind is definitely not going to be enough to pick him off.
Fen missed his chain there for a second. I thought he might be mincemeat, but ends up being able to walk away with the Lotus Orb still there.
Timbersaw is very tanky as well.
They need
still
to be
quite
careful.
a ways off from his. Still quite a ways off from his scepter. I just worry for Empire's damage output if they don't have the scepter on the Timbersaw, because they're already kind of lacking on damage.
Okay. Shadow Fiend's in the mid lane. He's just farming this out. You do also have the Blink available for Tidehunter, so if he sees a good opening, they could just make a run for it. And Ghost Stick, they jump forward. They've caught the Night Stalker. It's not a bad way to start the engagement, but now you have BKB down and they Fiend Script him. All right, they're going to be able to get that broken. Nicely done. The Glimpse is going to be able to keep that Ghost Stick alive.
And G, he uses BKB. I mean, this is not a bad start for Empire.
All right. Likewise, though, it's the BKB done for Ghost Stick. Can they actually do anything here, Vega Squadron? Looks like they're going to back out for the moment. Aegis is still there for SF. He has it for another 3 minutes. No rush here at all.
Looks like Bristleback not going to be going for the Shivas anymore, working towards that AC.
There's still an opening here if they wanted to try for a big call onto G. 18 armor on him is not necessarily the easiest pick off with Blade Mail and Axe. So, all right, there we go. That's going to be the end of it for the moment. Silent doesn't have Darkness either, so they got 60 seconds here where they can make something happen. And FN pausing. All right, Chase is coming. They have Shiva's Guard as well if they want to try and go for this. He has to be careful. They catch him right at the start. Lotus Orb to keep him alive. Jump forward, though, turning this back onto them. Roger. Available. Jump forward. They get the call. It's a nice play into the Static Storm as well. Do they have enough damage? Shadow Fiend, no more mana. They're going to take down that Tidehunter. No Ravage in this one, but the Nyx is also dead. BKB pop for the real U. Can they keep this fight going into their way? They're trying to kite away from the BKB. Looks like they will keep the real U off of them. So Tidehunter down for the Nyx Assassin, and now the Glimpse back. They're also going to get the call into the Night Stalker. Another big one. The Nightmare is going to be there to try and keep him alive for the moment. G also dealing the damage to the Bear. They're trying to kill him out, and they are going to be able to finish up. And now looking for more. Ghost Stick jumps forward, gets the call onto the BB. Chappie running away. The real U solo. Nightmare to try and save, but it's not quite going to be enough. The spell steal is keeping him alive, and there's the cheese. They managed to keep that Bristleback alive. Now the Fiend Script is there yet again. They're keeping them off of that Timbersaw for the moment, and now the Savage Roar running G away. Time to retreat. A good fight for Empire.
Yeah, they forced Vega to spend a lot of resources to just stay alive, and they're considering another glimpse.
They have him caught here. Sioma going to be called, and they have the Aghanims done for FN as well. So Empire end up taking down a ton of heroes, and now are kind of in this position where they can take fights as well.
Yeah, the important thing too was that was, you know, a used cheese. They managed to hold without, you know, taking a team fight into that Aegis. The Aegis is going to run out by the time the next engagement happens. Only 30 seconds remaining. Empire are doing it again.
I think it just, it says a lot about the team, how well they play together and how much they're still willing to just like stay in it till the end. And I don't know, Vega Squadron, they've had some trouble closing out these games here. In your eyes, what's the big play for them next? Is there... Oh.
They found the Nyx, but
nice blink away. All right, and now they maybe want to get something done with Darkness Popped.
Well, they're just going to back away. Tidehunter is going to go farm. They, once again, just not feeling confident in taking these team fights. Aegis does end up running out now, so that window of opportunity is gone. Shadow Fiend is really working towards the Bloodthorn now.
You do have a Shadow Blade on Axe, which might help with these initiations, and Silent spotted it. They are moving in towards mid. And Vega just playing this one very safe. Empire, they need to be careful here. If they take this fight in a bad way, they will have Ravage available. They're going immediately, but Afterlife, he has Blink and Ravage. Can they take him down? It is going to connect, but they've already taken down that Bristleback. He doesn't have buyback for 80 seconds. Good BKB, the usage there. G definitely would have died otherwise, and now looking for more. They won't quite catch up to the Tidehunter, but still, Empire fighting back in this one.
It's like you said, that stuff to pick up on Disruptor is just so important. Dropping that Static Storm on the Bristleback, not being able to use anything. Can't BKB, can't cheese. Ends up going down. They actually have the damage for him.
Back and forth we go. It looks like Baposhka might be the one that ends up being caught out here. Can his team get to him in time?
This might be bad for Vega, though.
Gee, they're looking. They're trying to find it. Can they get into range to take down these supports? Roger spots him out. The sleep actually connects, but they immediately take it off. Chappie actually taking that one for the team. They know that Bane is the important hero, and with Ravage used, how do you try and hold the push that's coming from Empire, even in nighttime?
Well, for starters, there's no creep wave, so they got that going for them. Not going to be able to take this tier 2. Creep wave is still on their side of the map. But Vega has got to be feeling pretty nervous right now. Team Empire, this Disruptor Scepter pick is doing so much for them. And this draft really enables them to do this because he really has no setup, but at least on his own. But this Axe just making it easy for him.
And Vision again, they spot that Afterlife is here. All of the heroes in the area. Roger there as well. They don't have a gem on this Tidehunter.
Oh, they might be able to do it again. The Disruptor isn't here, though. This is the biggest problem.
Okay, they're still scouting it out. God, Nyx is doing so much right now.
Oh.
Waiting for it, the cool spray connects. They got it, the Vendetta, the call. That's going to be Aloha Dance in so much trouble. They chain stun him, take him down. And Afterlife, no more Ravage yet again if he gets caught. All right, there's the Yule Scepter. Needs to blink out. They need to break his Blink Dagger, and they have done just that.
Is it really happening?
Coming out. That's going to be Tidehunter dropping. No buyback on the Bristleback. 60 seconds gone. Listen.
They're going to backdoor this. If they can backdoor this, they can go for bottom rack potentially. But the three-way mid is going to get cleared out.
Yeah, good play by Vega to make sure that that happens at the very least, but it feels as if it's falling out of the fingers of Vega. Potential to hold this game. Bear ready, and it's hitting that tower quite hard. FN getting a little bit frisky with Silent in the mid lane as well. Still 30 more seconds until no Bristleback, and Tidehunter, he will have Ravage when he's back up. But Empire looking to make something happen here. They're waiting for that creep wave. Roshan back up in just a couple of seconds as well. 40.
And now we got a Blink Dagger on Disruptor. So he doesn't even need the Axe anymore. Do it all on his own. Roshan 30 seconds.
Man.
And once again, we are now back to an even game.
What the hell?
Oh man, it was like close to a 10,000 net worth lead and 20,000 EXP lead for Vega. Timbersaw almost has that Octarine as well.
Ooh, here's the smoke play though. Vega wanting to take this fight. Tidehunter is there with them as well, with the Ravage available. This could end up being bad. Ghostic, they find it right at the start. Great play as Roche respawns. This might be what they need. No buyback from Disruptor either. They're able to get the feed script down. Can they kill him off? No, he's gonna get him falling. They take that kill as well. Can they find any more? So much damage from the Chakrams, and Afterlife going to drop here in just a second, missing the chains. I don't know if it's gonna end up mattering. They do blink out with the Tidehunter, keeping him alive, and now Aloha Dance taken down yet again. So they have the Chakrams there, cheese eaten. This guy is going to be able to try and run away, but I don't think he has near enough survivability. Wicked 6 streak.
Oh my goodness.
And now
that was like the dream initiation too. They managed to pick off the Disruptor immediately. That Ravage pretty much got the entire team. But great call once again from Ghostic, despite the situation they were in, and G just unable to do anything out of that. Getting rooted up during BKB, can't attack, can't stay panic, and just going down.
Now you've got these barracks starting to fall down. It's a tier 2 tower that's holding on up top here, but it feels as if Vega squads are in a position where they can't really win team fights, and like Silent gives you the opportunity to take that perfect fight with Night Stalker, but as you said, they had the perfect team fight and they still couldn't win.
That is rough.
Well,
on paper, they could have enough damage, but Shadowfield just getting locked down.
They caught him again. Ghostic is here. They're looking to try and make this happen. No Ravage for 40 more seconds. They're walking forward. Ghostic BKB popped. Don't want to step too far. If you lose a fight here, the game is over. But likewise, you end up giving away too much as far as map control and everything else. Not looking too good either for Vega Squadron.
Empire just need to get out now. They got so much out of that. G only had 13 seconds until he could respawn, and he still had the buyback.
And they look like they're going to be able to. No way to take the fight. So Roshan is still up. Still one of those big components in these, but with the last couple of minutes being a 15,000 net worth drop, it's Empire that can take the fight more effectively.
And now G, without a buyback, looking very scary. In fact, there's really not much in terms of buybacks for Radiant. I mean, they're really all in.
Another Ravage drop. That's on to 3. Can they do this? They are silencing up that Disruptor. That's going to keep them out of the fight for the moment. So no Static Storm as of yet. But I don't know if they're doing enough damage here either. Ghostic surviving.
So bad for Vega.
There's the Static Storm. Oh, lordy, lordy. It ain't so. They pull him back in. That is going to be a dead SF. Maposhka is not going to live through this, but I don't think the real you is either. Gem is on the ground now. They pick it back up. That is going to be a dead Bristleback. No buyback for any of these cores, and I believe that is going to be the ball game. My God. Oh, Afterlife. Is he stuck in here? He's trying to get out, but GG's called. Afterlife lives long enough as the creeps are chasing him. And we're going to game 4 with Empire up 2-1 over Vega.
I cannot believe this just continuously happens. This is just... It's like heartbreaking for Vega, you know? I feel like they're always in a position where they can win these games, but it's just like... I feel like Vega's biggest weakness right now is that they just have a very difficult time closing out games. They just never feel like they can do it. They end up playing too passively for a long period of time and giving too many opportunities for Team Empire to make a comeback into these games.
Well, it's sort of like one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situations too, because we've seen games where Vega try and end it early and then they end up, you know, losing a team fight or something. I don't know what it is. It feels like there's something that's a little bit off with, maybe it's just Team Empire too. I don't know, because when you think about their games against Pro Dota, they looked so strong, and leading up to this in this tournament, all of the games that they played, they were incredibly competent, and they've looked at times like the better team. But Empire, maybe it's just that more LAN experience and something else. But Aosin,
can that really be the case? Vega seems like a very seasoned team as well.
Yeah, it's true. Like they've been around forever as well. I don't know. do you have anything else, any thoughts about game number 4 as we go into it?
I have really, I think we just said it. We said it enough times already. You know, Vega, they just need to find a way to close out these games. And I mean, Team Empire just seems to be so much better when it comes to like, they reach this point where they have to just like be very careful with their movements, and their late game decisions seem to come out on top every single time. And that's what's really winning in these games.
All right. Well, maybe veteran leadership. They have it on Vega Squadron 2. We'll see if can make it happen in game number 4. Did I say game number 2? It was game number 3. And yeah, that's going to do it. Game number 4 right around the corner. Vega versus Empire. Lyrical and Aosin. Give us a follow on Twitter if you feel so inclined. But keep on following Loot.bet Invitational. Winner of this is going to the Summit 7. See you guys in a few.